A bill that would cap rent increases at 6% for mobile home parks and floating home marinas is nearing the finish line down in Salem. Fox 12 Spencer Shop visited one marina just south of Scappoose that would be impacted by this bill to gauge how folks are feeling about this proposed law.
Here at the Rocky Point Marina, there's a bit of a divide over House Bill 3054. The folks who live here on a fixed income say this bill is a lifesaver. But the owner of the property says he would drown if he was only allowed to raise rent by 6% year over year.
You have a lot of wildlife. You can go kayaking, fishing. It's kind of a lifestyle choice. I love the lifestyle. I love living there.
Norman Atkins has owned his home at the Rocky Point Marina for 2 decades. He says when he first moved in, the rent increases for docking his house there were reasonable.
Some years we didn't even have rent increases, so it might have been maybe every 3 years we would see a 4%, something like that.
But for the last 3 years, his rent has increased by 10% every year.
I think I was paying close to $750 and I'm close to $1,100 now.
Atkins says marinas used to be a type of affordable housing. Many of his neighbors are on fixed incomes or Social Security, and he says with the constant rent increases, many people have been forced to sell.
As a floating homeowner, you can't just pick up one day and move your floating home to another marina. There aren't spaces available, and it's really costly. It could cost you $25,000, $30,000 to pick up and move if you could find a place.
The Rocky Point Marina has recently changed management. The new owner, Stan Tonninson, says he's spent a lot of money to make the marina a nicer place to live.
In that period, probably $2 million in improvements.
But he says it's not just the improvements that are driving up the rent. The operation costs go up every year as well.
Our costs increase every year, exceeds 6%. Wages, the insurance. Comparing our facility income-wise to a similar mobile home park, their insurance might be $10,000 or $15,000, and ours is $60,000.
While the cost of living on the river is going up for everyone, these floating home owners are hoping the state legislature will help them keep their homes. This bill passed out of its last committee Wednesday night and is now headed to the Senate floor for a vote. But sponsors of the bill pointed out that this is not some first-of-its-kind legislation. In fact, Washington passed a very similar law earlier in May. Reporting along the Columbia River, Spencer Schott, Fox 12 Oregon.